And we mean coolest new wedding trends.
These are amazing. They're so good. I feel like the wedding guests are gonna love it.
From popsicles to popcorn, find out what grub the fashionable bride and groom will be serving this summer. Plus, so what is this? Refined goes off-roading and discovers one of the Northwest's hidden ghost towns. Then I get schooled in the kitchen, Southern style.
So and I'm hungry.
You
for
don't,
something I really don't want to eat, but I'm going to do it for you
God.
because you know I love you.
You're in so much trouble.
Seattle Refined starts now. Hey everybody, welcome to Seattle Refined. I'm Gard Swanton, and look at where we are. Snoqualmie Falls. It's beautiful here, and what a great spot to have a wedding. Did you know we're about a month away from prime wedding season right here in the Northwest? That's why all week long right here in Refined, we're exploring the latest wedding trends, including the hottest snacks for a reception. Refined's Malia Karlinski explains why the 10 p.m. snack may be the party's finest hour.
There's a tasty new trend in weddings, one that gives the bride and the groom a chance to share their sweet, savory, or even salty sides. Couples are calling it the 10 p.m. snack. It's a delicious way for guests to refuel at the reception.
A lot of times we do like a late night snack, or we also do it just for the dessert only, and they don't get cake at all.
So no cake, just pops.
Yeah, sometimes just pops. You know, people really like pops, so.
Craving something cool and creamy? Pops are the perfect choice. Megan Janes and her crew create them fresh from their kitchen in Wallingford. But these aren't the pops you grew up with.
They're very different because we source many of our ingredients locally, so we pair up with local farmers, and everything's all natural. We use real strawberries, real sugar, and everything is fresh as we can get it. Oh, so good. You like it? Oh my God.
People even dip the pops in spirits for a new take on cocktails. We tagged along as bride-to-be Haley Greenberg selected the flavors she'll be serving.
The reason why it's zesty is because there's some lime zests on there on the top, so it's probably the most refreshing pop we have.
I can like smell it.
Yeah, it's very refreshing on a hot
Reminds
day.
me of a margarita.
Yep, people do a little dip in tequila, so.
The choices are sure to please any palate.
Our standard flavors that we have, like chocolate banana, that's really popular. Zesty lime, it's really refreshing. We also do like peach, watermelon, blueberries and cream.
From cool treats to hot dogs, Dante's Inferno Dogs has brought the heat to about 1,600 weddings.
People love the idea of having a hot dog as a late night snack. I think nothing is better than a hot dog when you're having a couple drinks and you're dancing and you still want some food.
Dante sets up their classic cart right at the reception, and there's a dog for every taste.
We generally provide our full menu. We have 3 different flavors of sausages. We have a classic beef hot dog and 2 different flavors of veggie dogs.
Taylor cooked us up one of their special chicken basil sausage dogs.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Thank you, Malia.
The sauce makes it. I need to get invited to a wedding now so I can get some more of these hot dogs.
Some couples go crunchy when their guests get the munchies. It's all about flavored popcorn.
Popcorn is just such a fun addition to any event. These days, weddings they're a lot less formal than they used to be.
Claire Mueller works at Kukuruza Gourmet Popcorn. She loves their corn so much, she even served it at her own wedding.
We put out a huge candy and popcorn bar at the end of the night that had all of our favorite types of popcorn.
There's also a more formal option.
We do wedding favors, which are black or white boxes with any color bow to match your wedding colors.
What are some of the most popular flavors that couples are asking for?
The Hawaiian salted caramel is a perennial favorite. It's salty, it's sweet, it's fun. The tuxedo is a blast. It's fancy, it's delicious, it's covered in chocolate.
Can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, right? Truffle fromage is also delicious. It's classy. It's mushrooms and cheese.
That's so different. It's different to have that kind of mushroom, but it tastes good.
There are also other flavors like s'mores, jalapeno white cheddar, and mole. Whether it's popcorn, hot dogs, or pops, 10 p.m. snacks are truly a personal expression of the happy couple. Malia Karlinski, Seattle Refined.
Tomorrow on Seattle Refined, skip the parks, country clubs, and chapels. We have a look at the most unique wedding venues around the Sound. Vintage clothing has been a hot fashion trend for a while now, and finding retro threads in the Puget Sound area just got easier. Refined.com fashion contributor Kate Knightley has tracked down the top 5 spots in the area to help you channel your inner madman or Audrey Hepburn. To find out where you need to go to get your retro glam on, log on to SeattleRefined.com and search for glam. There's nothing glam, but something pretty glorious about the rich history of our region. Not a lot of people know this, but I sort of have an obsession with ghost towns. You know, the old logging and mining towns that have vanished over the years? If you hike at all, you've probably traipsed right over a couple of pieces of Northwest history that you didn't even know existed. Ghost towns like Taylor, Washington, which is hidden away outside of Hobart in rural King County, in a location so secret, I had to talk a guide into helping me find it. It's under lock and key by Seattle Public Utilities, but a gateway to the past. Four wheels can only get you so far before you have to hoof it to find history. Taylor, Washington is so top secret, I had to take a pledge before we went exploring.
I state your name.
Guard Swanson.
Do acknowledge that Taylor is part of the Cedar River municipal drinking water supply for 1.4 million people. I realize the area is closed to protect the water supply. I do swear and understand that Taylor and its artifacts are protected.
It all started back in 1895 when Seattle pioneer Arthur Denny turned this area, loaded with natural clay, coal, and timber, into a monster manufacturing town, pumping out pipe and bricks.
As you can see, you know, they didn't spend a lot of time thinking like, oh, we need to clean every little bit up.
Right.
You know, this was they were in the business of making money.
Along the soggy path, you'll spot walls of the old wood kiln, now taken over by Mother Nature.
So what is this?
Well, this, we believe, is some kind of press that was used to create, you know, products. And so they would have a kind of a big thing that come down and
Yeah.
press out bricks, press out tiles,
You
press
know,
out.
if you're walking in the forest and you come upon this,
Yeah.
it's kind of creepy.
It is, well, yeah, it is a little creepy.
Isn't it a little creepy?
Well, yeah, because what we were just walking through was, you know, I mean, the forest, and yeah, and this is here.
So is there a town here?
Yeah,
Where's the town?
it's gone.
Completely
Yeah,
gone.
Bulldozed, burned, houses demolished, you know, I mean,
Anything left? That's it.
that's it.
But at its peak, more than 1,000 people lived and worked in Taylor, went to church here, a school for all the children. There was even a public bathhouse, a baseball team. Now only hunks of memories.
The size of the brick here and these pipes, boy, they go from 4-inch to like, almost looks like 18-inch.
I think the biggest one we have an actual remnant of is a 30-inch.
Wow. I mean,
Sewer
look at
pipe.
this thing right here.
Yeah,
That's a beast.
yeah, it's a beast, right? And it's stamped Denny Renton, right?
Oh, yeah, right on
Right
the
there,
side.
on the side.
Everywhere you look, you see Taylor's roots,
Look at the roots are all meshed in there with
Yeah,
the brick.
right.
swallowed by the past. Some products still look usable. Today, bricks at Franklin High School and the Meany Theater on the UW campus, all built with Taylor bricks. Now the lost town, shut down in 1947 because of possible water contamination spreading in the region, is a mountain of memories. The hardworking folks of Taylor did have time for pleasure. Still in plain sight, the community pool.
So this was likely just a stream, and they dammed it up like a beaver. Like a beaver.
And all the kids would come down here and
Yeah,
swim.
they come down here and swim.
And this is part of it right here?
Yeah. Oh yeah, this is it. This is the edge of the swimming pool. We are standing right here. They just built this. This is the edge of the pool, and the houses were behind. And obviously, they had a lot of fun. It's a wonderful opportunity to connect with the history of the Pacific Northwest.
Man, what a great place.
It is.
You gotta love Taylor, right?
You gotta love it. It's a wonderful piece of our history that very few people know anything about.
Remember, you can only legally visit Taylor through Seattle Public Utilities. Only 2 days a year are offered, September 23rd and October 14th this year. It's $10 for adults, space is limited. To learn more about historic Taylor, Washington, log on to our website, SeattleRefined.com. Seattle Refined is just getting started. Take a journey with a remarkable new piece of theater.
Something international, something foreign, something fun, something moving, deep.
Get swept up in the passion of Ode. But first,
You said this was the last meal if you had to have one on this earth?
This is it.
a dish so good, our kitchen bestie thinks it should be her last. Find out what she's got cooking next. Welcome back to Seattle Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. Well, if I had to pick my last meal here on Earth, hands down, it wouldn't be pizza or steak. It'd be my wife's chicken parmesan. And now I know what Refine's BFF chef, Heather Earnhardt, would pick as her last meal, too. She's making it for us up at the Wandering Goose Cafe. So tell me about what we're making today. I know it's shrimp and grits, right?
Shrimp and grits. It's a real popular brunch item in the South, and if I were to have a last meal on Earth, this would be it.
This would be it?
Yeah.
Really? So
Yeah.
tell me about the shrimp here. I mean, it's fresh, right? Tell me it's fresh.
Of course, Guard.
I'm not a big shrimp guy. I'm not a big seafood guy. I eat it sometimes.
We live in the Pacific Northwest. We
I
have all
know,
this
but
great
I'm
seafood.
glad you said it was all natural.
Are
but
you a picky eater?
Not really.
Well, you're gonna fake it. You're gonna fake that you love the shrimp. You're gonna eat it.
All right, let's
You're
get
gonna
busy.
love it. So we're gonna take a couple tablespoons of butter. So we're gonna cook some bacon first.
Bacon and butter? I don't think there's anything better, right? So the bacon looks about ready.
Looks ready. We're gonna go ahead.
Golden
Careful, I don't
brown.
wanna
Yeah,
burn you.
it's smoking hot.
We're gonna saute the mushrooms and the shallots in here.
Heather, I can't believe it. Those mushrooms, man, they really absorbed a lot of that stuff, didn't they?
They did. It's perfect amount. And you want to cook them where they've shrunk down. They have some color on them here. Now we're going to add our shrimp, but it's going to start to get bright pink, and then it'll be ready. We're going to add a squeeze of lemon juice. We're going to add a cup of wine to that too. And then also we're going to add a cup of our shrimp stock. So we're going to let this reduce down. We're also going to add a little bit of Worcestershire sauce and a little bit of hot sauce, of course. And then last but not least, we're going to add just a little pat of butter. This is just going to round out the sauce and make it a little smoother. All right, I'm going to have you chop a little bit of parsley. Oh, good. Protecting your fingers there.
That's because I've cut myself before. Oh, yeah.
And I think it's ready. So I made some grits beforehand. You
For something I really don't
use-
want to eat, but I'm going to do it for
Oh my
you
God.
because, you know, I love you.
You're in so much trouble. You can't be a picky eater.
I have to admit, it looks pretty good.
Make sure to get that sauce on there. And then you want to garnish with a little bit of that bacon.
Cheers, and we'll go. Okay?
Cheers.
All right. Shrimp and grits. Now, I've told you before, I'm not a big shrimp guy, but you said this was the last meal if you had to have one on this earth.
This is it.
All right, let's go.
Hot.
That's good.
It's
That is really good. Heather's Cookbook, Big Food, Big Love is in stores now. Still to come on Refined, he's the king of the comb. Find out why this legendary barber refuses to put down the scissors, even at 90.
Beat the trap.
Hey, welcome back to Refined. I'm Guard Swanson. Take a little Mary Poppins, a dash of Shakespeare, and a pinch of The Walking Dead, and you have the recipe for a new and unique dance experience happening in Seattle's Fremont neighborhood. Here's a closer look at Ode.
I remember the smell of danger. And I would sit like this and my daddy would tease me. Mom! And I can guarantee no other show in town is giving you those three things within 90 minutes.
On stage now at Fremont's West of Lenin, local actress Nike Amuro depicts the journey of a life filled with wit, wonder, faith, and a good dose of ruthless reality.
It draws on universal themes around immigrants, women's themes, personal story, storytelling, and it's what I'm calling a blend fusion of storytelling, music, and dance. And it is personal to me insofar as a number of the elements are about my life.
And what she hopes the audience sees, in that the wake of trauma can come beauty. 16 months ago, Nike experienced a life-changing event that inspired this show.
No spoilers, so people have to come and see what that event was. But just becoming an artist, evolving as an artist, realizing one day that I'm a different kind of artist, and I suddenly realized it was now or never.
Ode draws together Nike's talents and stories with just one other actress and dancer, and we were there as they rehearsed 2 scenes of the show.
Cambridge was the first scene we did, And it was always a dream of mine to go to Cambridge. And so we've built it into the show as part of, for want of a better word, a dream sequence. I have a flashback, and that's what you're seeing. And the other scene is from Shakespeare. Shakespeare's my passion, and it's interwoven throughout. Really, it looks at how I was drawn to becoming a classical actress. And there's a part of me, an old part of me that has died. A new part of me is, about to be born, for want of a better word. But while it's a very personal story, the only reason to tell a personal story is because it will touch many lives. It will touch many people. It's a very sensorial experience. It's not quite immersive theatre, but the audience will be utterly immersed in the experience. We only have one prop, and where it transforms, and that's really the magic of theatre, isn't it? We're not doing anything real, we're doing everything unreal, and then we leave the audience to make the meanings.
You can see Ode at Fremont's West of Lenin Theater through May 21st. For ticket information, check out our website, SeattleRefined.com. We'll be right back, but first, our Tech Tango Tip of the Week.
Emily asked, what does Google know about me? Well, Google uses the information it learns about you to target advertisements based on your search history, sites you visit, and content in your emails. To see what Google is tracking, log into your Google account. You can log into Gmail, Google+, or YouTube to be logged in. In your search bar, enter google.com/history. This takes you to a page that shows a timeline of all your online activity. You can see what sites you have visited, your search history, and even your location history if it's activated. If you feel like the information is too invasive, you can modify the settings under Activity Controls. I'm Francie Black. For more information, visit techtangotoday.com.
Welcome back to the show. There's one thing and one thing only I know about hair, and that's when you find a good barber or stylist, make them your best friend. A good barber is hard to find. My girl Samantha has been cutting my hair for 5 years now. But if she ever quits her day job, I may have found the perfect replacement.
Good afternoon. Thank you for calling the Barber School.
Another very busy afternoon.
So what are we doing for you today?
At the Barber School in Midvale, a premier hair cutting teaching ground.
Once I get done, all the girls are going to chase you on Monday.
For dozens of students who are performing more than 150 services a day.
This is a people person business.
And the man sharing his trade secrets to students, 90-year-old Tim Height, a legend in the barbering profession.
I like to cut hair.
Who still shows up to work every day.
I'm the only one that's here every day.
Tim grew up with a fascination of cutting hair.
I can make you look different ways by your haircut.
After spending 6 years in the Navy during World War II, Tim went into barbering school and traveled across the world.
London, Brussels.
Training with the best of the best.
Canada, Mexico, to name a few.
And a couple of fellow students just happened to be the iconic Paul Mitchell and Vidal Sassoon.
Well, those are just two guys I worked with.
Long before they became famous.
Were they good?
Well, they wanted to be good, and they worked hard at being good. And that's when you're good.
Tim has won numerous awards, including Barber of the Year and Utah State Men Hairstyling Champion. At one time, he was running 14 salons. But his real love is teaching.
You never quit learning if you're a learner.
And that's why he's opened up this barbering school.
And I wanted to share what I have with them.
For students like Stacy Wagner, Tim's knowledge is priceless as he hopes to use those skills when he opens up his own barbershop.
It truly is an art to see Mr. Height cut hair.
Yes, the name Tim Height is not Paul Mitchell or Vidal Sassoon.
You can't use a comb.
But this man, who's lived nearly a century, is creating his own legacy.
Who cuts your hair?
My wife. She's a barber.
She is?
Very good barber.
One he plans to keep sharing until his last breath.
I don't know. Today could be it. I want it to count. Now you're trying to make both sides, so I'm going to make the most of every minute.
You look very handsome.
All right, that'll do it for today's show. I'm Gart Swanson. We'll see you next time right here on Seattle Refined.